fans, and welcome fans of Tim Reynolds Show to my WWE show review of Monday Night Raw from March 17th, 2025. And oh man, do we have a jam-packed show for you right here on Tim Reynolds Show, one of the most electrifying and entertaining sports entertainment channels on all of YouTube. This is Tim Reynolds Show. Now let's go. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Let's get started here. Hope you guys are having an awesome Friday. We're live here on Tim Reynolds Show, and hey, you know how it goes. We're waiting to watch Friday Night SmackDown coming up here later on this evening, and man, we got to give you guys a full recap of what happened on Monday Night Raw. And guys, we would see Monday Night Raw kicked off with John Cena, as we see that John makes his first appearance here in the WWE since WWE Elimination Chamber. And oh man, I tell you what, this was a crazy way for them to kick off Monday Night Raw. And man, with them on this European tour and on the road to WrestleMania, we see John Cena come out and he plays the victim. That's right, guys. John Cena talks about being in an abusive relationship with the WWE Universe and all the fans out there. And I tell you what, John, you need to get it together, bro. I mean, come on. This guy just comes out and starts whining. I've never seen this side of John Cena before. Blaming the WWE Universe for all of his mishaps, all of his shortcomings, saying that none of them asked that he cared. None of them asked about how he felt. And not only that, he says he's been in an abusive relationship with his fans in the WWE Universe. And you know what? I cannot agree with that, folks. And I'll tell you what another thing that really bugged me was him out there trying to say it was everybody else's fault, when I tell you what, we would see the crowd there boo the heck out of John Cena there on this European tour, on the road to WrestleMania. And I tell you what, man, and John Cena tells the crowd in the WWE Universe, you get nothing. You get no new music, no new look. And every single time he would say, what do we get? What do we get? And I tell you what, man, I got real sick real quick and fast of John Cena talking, whining, and complaining. But then guess what? We would then see the undisputed WWE Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, would come out to finally shut up John Cena with all the whining and complaining. And he would look John Cena in the face and he says that he was really looking forward to facing John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania 41. But this is what he gets, and he says he hopes to see the actual John Cena arrive at WrestleMania 41 because that's who he wants to take on, not this whiny bitch. Oh man, what a diss by Cody Rhodes, and what a way to kick off Monday Night Raw. Thank you everybody for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. This is my WWE show review of Monday Night Raw. And man, after that explosive way to start, John Cena would be booed out of Brussels, and man, the crowd there really let him have it. And guys, we would also see right after that, Michael Cole would say his piece as well, telling that he thinks it's despicable and disgraceful for John Cena to blame the WWE Universe for all of his mishaps. Nuh-uh. The WWE Universe is the reason why John Cena is a millionaire. It's the reason why John Cena is a superstar here in WWE, and Michael Cole lets John Cena have it after we kicked off Monday Night Raw. And man, the crowd was not happy either. They were booing John Cena all throughout Brussels, man. And a huge mic drop there from the WWE champion himself, Cody Rhodes. What an incredible way to kick off Monday Night Raw. And guys, I definitely give this open segment, for me, was an A. Although, man, I didn't expect to see John Cena actually come out and just start whining and complaining. I mean, this was just ridiculous in my opinion, man. I've never seen this side of John Cena, and I see a little bit different style coming up here soon, especially with all that complaining he's doing. Nah, man, I'm just kind of sick of that. I'm going to tell you guys that right. But, guys, after this, we would then have our first match of the night, Raw. Barred match, where we would see Ludwig Kaiser taking on Penta. And I tell you what, guys, Penta for the last few weeks with his in-ring ability, and he showed out here once again in Brussels. But man, we would see Penta get the victory here in this match after he landed a Mexican destroyer from the top rope and really was able to utilize that no holds barred rules for this match, and he gets the win over Ludwig Kaiser. And guys, this match to kick off Monday Night Raw, I have to give a grade of an A. Penta and Kaiser have really been performing well inside the ring against one another, showing off their athleticism. And I tell you what, man, Penta is an up-and-coming superstar right now in WWE, and I cannot wait to see what match he's going to have at WrestleMania. But we would find out after this match was over that Penta would be interviewed and asked what's next for Penta, and it looks like Penta has his eyes set on the Intercontinental Championship. And we would also see backstage later on Monday Night Raw, before we would see Braun Breaker, the Intercontinental Champion, go out for his match. He would be confronted by Penta himself, and man, he stares down the Intercontinental Champion, and we know Penta fears no one. So what does this mean going forward? We'll have to wait and see, but we could see the possibility of a Penta versus Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 41. But what a way to kick off Monday Night Raw. I definitely got to give this match grade an A. Ludwig Kaiser definitely impressed as well, and so did Penta. So after this, we would then see backstage the Judgment Day, and Finn Balor comes and gives a big hug and thanks his friend Dirty Dominic Mysterio for getting him this match tonight and this championship opportunity against the Intercontinental Champion himself, Braun Breaker. And Dominic tells him, no problem, man, but Dirty Dominic has a statement and a little bit of an idea. And Finn Balor shakes his head and doesn't like it, with Liv Morgan trying to tell Dirty Dom that maybe now's not the greatest time to suggest this, but Dirty Dominic goes ahead and suggests it anyways, as he thinks that we should add a new member to the Judgment Day, and he suggests Penta. Are you crazy, Dom? You talk about being thick-headed, right? And man, that's when Finn Balor would get pissed off. And he says, are you kidding me, Dom? You mean to tell me the guy you want to join the Judgment Day is the same guy who's going after my Intercontinental Championship? Dirty Dom, you're a snake. And man, Finn Balor would walk off, and now it looks like Dirty Dominic Mysterio is in some hot water with the Judgment Day, as Dirty Dom turns around. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are gone, and Carlito's just standing there and saying, hey man, is everything cool? Oh dude, crazy way to kick off Monday Night Raw. And I gotta tell you, I do think it is a matter of time before we see the Judgment Day split up here on Monday Night Raw, but we'll have to see what happens going forward with them. And then, guys, after this, we would have our next match of the night, as we would see Dakota Kai going one-on-one with Ivy Nile. And we see Dakota Kai was able to get the victory here over Ivy Nile, the Pitbull of American Made. And man, this was a really good match back and forth. I give my match grade here for this one a B. I really thought we seen some really cool interaction and storylines in this one, as LWO came out and aided Dakota Kai, because they've had some issues with American Made, the Creed brothers, over the last few weeks. And also as they tried to go after Chad Gable, who we all suspect has been wearing a luchador mask after we seen him arrive last week and show back up on Monday Night Raw, attacking LWO. I tell you what, man, and we would see that LWO distraction actually came into play, and Dakota Kai was able to take advantage of that and get the victory here, even though Chad Gable was up to his no good tricks as well, trying to help out Ivy Nile to get the victory. But yeah, guys, a really good match. That's why I give my match grade of this one a B. Dakota Kai gets the victory over Ivy Nile, and it looks like we will see LWO and the Creed brothers, American Made, if you will, in a sort of a feud right now as we head on the road to WrestleMania. And then, guys, coming up next, we would have the contract signing for one of the main events of WrestleMania 41, where we will see Io Sky, the Women's World Champion, defend her championship against the #1 contender, Bianca Belair, the winner of the Women's Elimination Chamber match. And, guys, after that contract was signed, and we've seen a little bit of tension between the champion and the #1 contender, we would see Rhea Ripley as she comes out looking for a little bit of payback after what happened last week, and she would confront Bianca Belair inside the ring. But of course, Io Sky did not like this at all. Once again, she gets pushed off to the side by Bianca Belair, and this leads to a confrontation where we would see these ladies fight it out and beat the hell out of each other. But it would be Rhea Ripley who ends up planning Bianca Belair and Io Sky on top of a table. I don't know how this table didn't break, but I tell you what, after that is what shocked everybody, as we would see Rhea Ripley grab the contract and put her name on that contract. Guys, this could mean that we could see a triple threat match in the main event of WrestleMania 41, and this is going to be epic to see what happens going forward. But man, it's going to be pretty crazy if Rhea Ripley is added into this match. But right now, she's got a bit of a case signing the contract. Her name's now on there legally. So we'll have to wait and see what happens next week on Monday Night Raw to find out if Rhea Ripley's really in this championship match. All right, guys, I definitely got to give that segment a B. I really thought the ladies there killed it, especially in this storyline. And we also see Rhea Ripley possibly in this match. This could be pretty epic, guys. And guys, next up after this, we would then have our next match of the night, as we would see Jey Uso! Main event, Jey Uso go one-on-one with Austin Theory. And guys, in this match, Jey Uso would get the victory, but it's after the match that everybody's talking about, because we would see the World Heavyweight Champion, the Ring General Gunther, sneak attack Jey Uso once again. But main event, Jey Uso wasn't having any of that tonight, because after 2 straight weeks of being sneak attacked and passed out with the sleeper hold from Gunther, we would see Jey Uso fight back against the Ring General, and he would stand tall with the World Heavyweight Championship high above his head. And with a huge statement made here, it looks like main event Jey Uso now has the momentum as we head on the road to WrestleMania 41, where these two will dash it out in the main event. Thank you, everybody yeeting in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show, and welcome to my WWE show review. And guys, after 2 straight weeks of Gunther attacking Jey Uso finally gets his hands on Gunther, gets a little bit of payback, and also gets to hold that World Heavyweight Championship high above his head. And the crowd was loving it there in Brussels. And man, the crowd was losing their mind, man. And now also after the match, we did see Austin Theory and Grayson Waller actually got on the mic and started talking crap about main event Jey Uso. And now next week, they want to challenge Jey in a tag team match, but we will have to see who main event Jey Uso can find to be his tag team partner going up against A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller next week in a tag team match on Monday Night Raw. And I tell you what, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory better watch it, because their mouths are just going to get them into more trouble like it always seems to do. But I tell you what, guys, this match here, I'm going to give a grade of a C. I didn't think the match was as competitive as I thought it might be. It was a little bit shorter than expected as well, and after the match was a little bit more exciting than the actual match. So for me, that's why I'm giving a match grade of a C for this one. But I definitely think that main event Jey Uso made a huge statement against Gunther heading into this road to WrestleMania, especially after 2 straight weeks of Gunther getting the better of Jey Uso. And then, guys, next up after this, we would see backstage that General Manager Adam Pearce is confronted by Rhea Ripley with the contract saying that her name is now on it, so that means that she should be a part of this match. But the General Manager of Raw is not having any of that. But after Adam Pearce would take that contract out of the hands of Rhea Ripley, we would then see Bianca Belair come in and attack Rhea Ripley backstage as she's looking for a little bit of payback, and she would get some. But then we would see Io Sky come and try to get a little bit of payback against Rhea Ripley as well, shoving Bianca Belair out of the way. And then Bianca shoves Io out of the way as they continue to just beat the living hell out of Rhea Ripley. But because of this confrontation between Io and Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley's the one who gets the upper hand, not only on Io Sky, but also on Bianca Belair. After Bianca laid down a couple of blows, and then Io Sky lays down a couple of blows, we would then see Mommy show off the power after Io Sky and Bianca Belair were confronting each other as Rhea Ripley shoves Io Sky into a door and then tosses Bianca Belair. And man, Rhea Ripley now stands tall as General Manager Adam Pearce had to separate her and have the referees get Rhea Ripley out of there, but Rhea Ripley was ready for that attack from Bianca and Io Sky. And then next up, guys, we would see another match where the LWO would take on the Creed brothers of American Made. And guys, in this match, it would be really, really good. A very competitive back and forth match. But afterwards is what we'd all be talking about. After LWO got the victory, we would then see this masked luchador once again attack Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee, laying them down in the middle of the ring. And guys, we all know this is Chad Gable. I mean, come on. Chad is so full of himself. I don't know what the hell he's doing with this mask now, trying to be some crazy luchador, but it doesn't work that way. But man, it is exciting and mysterious to see what's going to happen with Chad Gable. Hey, what's going on, Chad? What's going on, Sam? Thank you for Christopher. What's going on? Shout out to my wife in the chat too. Jamie, what's going on, man? Appreciate you guys. So I wonder what's going to happen going forward here with Chad Gable in this feud with LWO. And I'm really interested to see if it ends up being, I guess, revealed that it is actually Chad Gable with the mask. So cheers, guys. That's from my boy Sam in the chat. Hell yeah. And then, guys, next up after this, well, for me, my match grade here for this one, I'm going to give a B. I really thought LWO and Austin Creed, or I should say American Made, the Creed brothers, really performed well here in this match. And dang, I think the Creed brothers are definitely stepping up their game. And it's going to be really interesting to see how this feud does going forward for LWO and American Made. All right, guys, next on Monday Night Raw, we would then see Seth freaking Rollins as he shows up on Monday Night Raw, and man, he is ready to confront CM Punk and Roman Reigns after what we seen last week when Roman Reigns returned to the WWE and showed up on Monday Night Raw and brutally attacked Seth Rollins and CM Punk. And that's when Seth Rollins would come out and say, hey, why should I let CM Punk and Roman Reigns have all the fun? How about I go to Friday Night SmackDown and we all go ahead and handle this face to face? And guys, we will see Seth Rollins on Friday Night SmackDown confronting Roman Reigns and CM Punk, and it's gonna be a blast to see what happens when these three get in the same ring with one another. And this could be a possible WrestleMania matchup, and we'll have to wait and see what happens after that. And then, guys, we would then see, coming up next here on Monday Night Raw, Backstage, AJ Styles being confronted by Karrion Kross, and man, Karrion Kross looks like he's trying to meddle into AJ Styles' business, telling him that maybe he's the one who's a little bit jealous of Logan Paul and the fact that Paul's been able to accomplish so much in such little time here on WWE and what took AJ Styles about 17 years to accomplish. Maybe Karrion Kross has a point. Maybe he's starting to get in the head of AJ Styles, but we'll have to wait and see what happens after that. And then, guys, we would then see, coming up after this, our main event of the evening, as we would see the Intercontinental Championship on the line, as we would see the number one contender, Finn Balor, taking on the champion, Braun Breaker. And guys, what an epic match we would see here, as Finn Balor really brought the fight to Braun Breaker, but Breaker was able to bring the fight right back to Finn Balor in this main event match, delivering a Frankensteiner from the top rope. But of course, after this, we would then see the Judgment Day come out and try to interfere in this match. But guess what? Braun Breaker's got a little bit of backup, because we would see Penta show up out of nowhere and super kicks the hell out of Dominic Mysterio and Carlito. And I tell you what, Braun Breaker delivers a huge spear to Carlito, and we would see, unfortunately, because Dirty Dominic Mysterio got involved in this match, Finn Balor would be caught up on the top rope and lands right on the cojones. You gotta protect the McNuggets, Finn Balor. And because of that, Braun Breaker was able to take advantage, and Braun Breaker retains his Intercontinental Championship and wins this main event match here on Monday Night Raw. And guys, after the match, we would see Penta confronting Braun Breaker after coming out to help him out against the odds, against Judgment Day. And Penta shows he is not afraid of Braun Breaker. And could we possibly see a WrestleMania matchup right in front of our eyes? Could Penta challenge Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship? We'll have to wait and see. Excuse me, guys. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And welcome to my WWE show review. And, guys, this main event match where we did see Braun Breaker retain his Intercontinental Championship against Finn Balor, I tell you what, I have to give a match grade of a B for this one. I thought it was a little bit sloppy at first, especially from Finn Balor, who you would expect a little bit more in the ring from him, especially in his last few matches, but I digress. He's still coming off of an injury not that long ago. So for me, I'm giving a match grade of a B. Braun Breaker definitely showed out like he always does, especially inside the ring. But man, I am so excited to see the possibility of Penta versus Braun Breaker at WrestleMania 41. That could be epic. Oh, and hey guys, what's going on in the chat? We see Barry Sports in the chat. Happy Friday to you, man. Dr. Thunder, welcome to the chat, my friend. What's your favorite WrestleMania? Brother, my favorite WrestleMania is WrestleMania 18. That's one of my first WrestleManias I ever got to watch, and it was pretty epic. WrestleMania 20 wasn't too bad either, as far as some of my favorite ones. But thank you guys for hanging out in the channel. Appreciate you guys, dude. So yeah, guys, that was a hell of a main event match. And we also see Lila Valkyria backstage after the match there in Brussels was actually interviewed by Monday Night Raw. And she actually went and talked to Bayley backstage because Bayley was one who got a pinfall victory over her a few weeks ago. But we will see next week, Lila Valkyria will defend her Women's Intercontinental Championship against the number one contender, Raquel Rodriguez, one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. And also we seen, guys, backstage, the Creed brothers confronted by Chad Gable, who was frustrated after what happened to them. But man, Chad Gable was wearing the same blue jumper outfit that luchador was wearing that attacked LWO. And we also see that Chad Gable was denying, once again, being that luchador with the mask. I really do think this is so far-fetched and just a little bit funny. But man, the Creed brothers have have definitely been able to show out and be very impressive on Monday Night Raw. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens going forward with them. But guys, this has been my WWE show review of Monday Night Raw from March 17, 2025 in Brussels. And man, thank you guys. Appreciate everybody coming to hang out here. If you guys have any WWE questions for this live stream, please make sure you hit me up in the chat. Let me know. Don't forget, guys, to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you guys. Hey, thank you, Army. Appreciate you, man. Oh, no problem, Dr. Thunder. Thanks for hanging out, guys. So, yeah, man, crazy Monday Night Raw. So now, like we mentioned earlier, guys, next week on Monday Night Raw, we will see Jey Uso have to find a mystery partner, a mystery tag team partner, if you will, going up against A-Town Down Under, as Austin Theory and Grayson Waller will take on main event Jey Uso and a partner of his choosing. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with that. And, man, John Cena calling just the WWE Universe, a part of them, everybody included, like pointing at a kid in the crowd and saying that this is a toxic, dysfunctional relationship. I mean, just sad, man, to see that John Cena would stoop to that level here on Monday Night Raw. It's really just shameful. But man, Rhea Ripley makes a huge statement here on Monday Night Raw. She could possibly make the main event match at WrestleMania 41 for the Women's World Championship a triple threat. I'm really excited to see what happens with that. It's really got me curious to see how many like actual big main events we're going to have at WrestleMania 41, and it could be pretty legit. And I tell you what, there's also a photo coming out from Monday Night Raw where Dirty Dominic Mysterio was holding the Intercontinental Championship with a Latino Dirty Dom shirt that was similar to Eddie Guerrero. And man, this gave me chills when I seen this photo, man. And I tell you what, Dirty Dom's got a bright future with WWE. So I'm really interested to see what's going to happen going forward. And let's not forget, we're going to actually see a lot more action next week on Monday Night Raw, and I can't wait to find out and see what actually happens. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out here. If you guys have any WWE questions, hit me up in the chat. Appreciate you guys, and welcome to this WWE show review here on Tim Reynolds Show. Appreciate you guys hanging out for this live stream. And Army Vet says, Tim, we don't have much time. John Cena wrestler at my high school before the WWE. Dude, that's awesome, man. I legit started John Cena's career. He owes me $30. Dude, that's so hilarious, man. I actually wrestled in high school myself. I was a huge WWE fan growing up, so that's what got me going into wrestling in high school. And also one of my friends at the time was on the team, so it's actually pretty cool to see. And I mean, man, guys, this WrestleMania 41 is stacking up to being very, very legit. I mean, I can't wait to see what's going to happen, especially in Las Vegas. And man, I tell you what, it's actually going to be pretty interesting to see the setup that they have there for Las Vegas as well, because that's always really cool for WrestleMania. But man, can't wait to hang out with you guys again. Appreciate you guys so much for hanging out here for this WWE show review on Tim Reynolds Show for Monday Night Raw. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, guys, it's been a pretty legit road to WrestleMania. Right now, we only have the championship matches set, but we're starting to see the potential of some other matches really forming here. One to look out for on Monday Night Raw could be for the Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker could be having to face and defend his championship against Penta, who's one of the hot and up-and-coming superstars in WWE today. And also, guys, coming up on Friday Night SmackDown, we got a lot that could potentially happen and show us some more matches for WrestleMania 41, especially with Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins confronting each other on Friday Night SmackDown. Thank you. Appreciate you, Army Vet. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, John Cena's heel turn has been a little bit boring, if you ask me. I didn't like the way he came out and was sort of just whining and complaining to kick off Monday Night Raw. I don't think that's the way to go. You know what I mean? And hey, they better take it easy sometimes with these storylines, man. Like, some people will lose interest because of that, you know? But hey, John Cena shows off again why he's one of the best on the mic, so I can't blame him for that. It's just going to be really interesting to see what happens going forward. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget, guys, to please hit that like button, subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show, and look out for more of my WWE show reviews on Tim Reynolds Show. We just recently started doing these live. Unfortunately, with work and everything in real life, you know, we don't always have time like I would like to get these videos up for you guys as quickly as possible. So the live stream gives me a chance to be able to interact with you guys and also make these live streams and these WWE show reviews more interactive and more fun for you guys. But please make sure you check out more of my WWE content on my YouTube channel, Tim Reynolds Show, and hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think, any suggestions you guys may have, any WWE questions you guys may have. Really appreciate you guys. And also tune in for more of my WWE content and more of my NFL content on my YouTube channel, Tim Reynolds Show. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. And thank you guys for hanging out here for one of the most electrifying and entertaining sports entertainment YouTube channels, Tim Reynolds Show. Let's go. Thank you guys so much for hanging out here, man. Peace out, everybody. Hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. And guys, make sure you check out my WWE live play-by-play for WWE Friday Night SmackDown and WWE Monday Night Raw. Peace out, everybody. Have a great Friday.